Hi, I am Keith Robert Gordon. I am a broker of 40 years. I'm the founder for Altru Realty. It's Altru. And I want to share with you what I think about selling a home and most important things. There's 7 things on my mind I want to talk about, ranging from picking the right listing agent, how to do that, what you should look for in your listing agent, inspection reports, whether you should get one, appraisal, staging, list price. I'm going to go through 7 things. First of all, pick the right agent. My story for you is this. I just sold a home for Marilyn that's been on our books, if you will, representing her as a client because I'm a single agent, fiduciary duty to you. I'm not a transaction broker. It's kind of the better way to do it. 5 years Marilyn was with Altru Realty. Why did she stay 5 years? Are we bad as a real estate company because we couldn't sell her? No, we kept her company for 5 years until she was ready to sell. Sometimes that's what's happening here in real estate. Sometimes people really don't want to sell. They want to see if the market will take their price. Sometimes it doesn't. But the most important thing, just like Marilyn, she stayed with us 5 years. I didn't ask her to stay. She stayed. I always ask, why is she still here? But she's still here 5 years and she just closed. That's amazing. When you pick a real estate agent broker, it's important that you can communicate with them, because if they're not really on your side, if they're not really just trying to advise you, as opposed to just trying to make a commission, that's a problem. So when you pick a list price, which we'll start there, often the seller's list prices are wrong. They take their walk number, which is the number they want to sell for. They add 50,000 to their walk number, then they create a list price, maybe even 10,000 or 20,000 higher than the wiggle room, just to make sure the wiggle's enough to negotiate. But the truth of the matter is, the walk number, that's your bottom line number that you'll sell for, that is over the market 99% of the time. So if you talk to your significant other and you go, I want 1.2 million, that's our walk number, so we're going to list for 135. Your 1.2 is above every single buyer out there. Now you might want to not stop listening to this video right now and say, this guy's a jerk. He doesn't know what he's talking about. How does he know what my walk number is? How does he know my value? He doesn't know nothing. I do. I really do. And the reason why I do is because I've sold 5,500 homes. I've listened to so many sellers, and I've asked them every single time, I go, what's your walk number? I can tell you right now, a seller's walk number is above the market. So my point to you is this, and let's get right to it. If you want to sell your home, and you don't want it to take 6 months, you want to take 3 months, you want to take 45 days, which is fine, just, time to sell your home, 45 days is fine. Then talk to your significant other and decide what your walk number is and list there. If you really want to do it right, take 5% off that number and then list there. Then you'd be really kind of close. Honestly, that's really where you want to be. So why do I say this? Because sellers always think their properties are worth more than the buyers think, because it's your garden. It's your beautiful everything. And the buyers think the same thing, but they're going to say, I don't know, what about that roof? That roof's already 12 years old or 15 years old. And what about that? I got off the phone with an engineer yesterday, and he was picking on my house. He wanted to offer $725. I already have 2 offers or 3 offers at $750. We're listed higher than that. My seller's not ready to take a deal yet. We're kind of, this is what you got to do. You're going to work it through and prove to a seller that there's no value up there. This is where the value is at. So you kind of have to, walk through it and work it. Their walk number is still way above the 750 is my point. So discuss your walk number and list it at your walk number. You'll have so much more success that way. That way you only have to make one price adjustment, hopefully, to find your buyer. And this is where the trust comes in. When my clients call me and they say, Keith, what do you think? They're so respectful and nice to me. And the reason is because how I treat them. I want the best for them. I want to guide you and help you. When we go to list a home, I tell them what I think. I said, what's your walk number? And they know that. Well, we're here because of here. I go, well, you probably shouldn't do that. And then they do it. Then they call back and they, not sheepishly, but they kind of say, well, maybe you were right. Let's go down to here. Let's adjust our price. So every 18 days is a price cycle in the marketplace for me, 18 days. So after 18 days, if you're not getting any action, you need to talk to your broker, who hopefully you have a wonderful relationship with, that you can trust, to give you the right advice, that you adjust your price, and don't adjust it by 10 grand. If you're at the million mark, a $50,000 adjustment's the only adjustment you can make. If you're at the 500,000 mark, it's 20 grand, 25 grand. Why? Because if you adjust 10,000, you're going sideways like a crab. You're not going to get anything. You're going to waste your time. Start off on the right foot. Pick the right listing agent that you can communicate with. You have to trust them. You have to like them. You have to understand what they're thinking and that they're there to help you and service you. List price, walk number. Walk number minus 5% is the best way to do it. All right, the next thing you want to consider is timing. It takes 90 days to close a real estate deal because it takes 45 days to get under contract. If you're not priced right, where you're going to go under contract in 10 days, right? It only takes 10 days to go under contract. So, pardon me, 90 days, 45 days for financing buyer to close. I'm also a mortgage broker with AFN, American Financial Network. Plus 45 days to get there, 90 days. So you need 90-day lead time, which means 100. If you want to get out in front of the curve, make it 120 days. If you get a cash buyer real fast, ask them for a sale leaseback. Right? Close it in 30 days, 35, stay there for 90 more days, make a deal as far as how that works, etc. So let's get, we already talked agent. Gotta like our agent. Gotta trust our agent. We gotta price it with the walk number. Let's get to the listing agreement. If you can, get a listing agreement that doesn't lock you in for 6 months. If you don't like your agent and you're locked in for 6 months, it's a hell for you. Our listing agreement's cancelable with 60-day notice to broker. It's good. Next thing is, should you get a pre-inspection report before you list your home? Well, that depends on how old your home is. If your home's 10 years or newer, you don't need an inspection report because that is a new home. New, not like new, but it's new enough. The roof's new. At 10 years old, it's new. Everything's new. It's fine. If you're older than 10 years, how old is the roof? If it's 15 years or older, it could be problematic. Most importantly, you need your listing agent to understand your age. Understand who's making the offer. If you can, you need to pre-negotiate certain things with them, like we're not going to replace the roof. We're not going to replace the panel box. The panel box is not problematic. If they say, like I heard yesterday from a particular buyer, he said our panel box is questionable. He told me the name. He's wrong. It's General Electric. General Electric's fine, the panel box he referenced. But he's an electrical engineer. He thought he knew everything. I didn't tell him that. He was wrong, but I'm listening. He's a problem buyer. That buyer would beat up my seller. It would be untenable. He'd ask for 40 grand concessions during the inspection period. You don't want a buyer like that. So listen to the buyer. This was an unrepresented buyer that probably would have brought in an agent and then beat us up for more money, right? So getting an inspection report before you list a home could be good, but more important is a listing agent to know what you're selling. But if you get an inspection report, you got to use it to your advantage. Give it to the agent. Let them know that we're not negotiating these things. This is the price. We're selling it as is with right to inspect, with a FAR bar as is contract. While I'm on the contract, real quick, side note, the most important thing of a FAR bar as is contract is the close date. Make sure that you know where you're going. As I said before, you need 90 days to sell a home. Make sure you know where you're going. As well, if you're getting a financing buyer, make sure they give you the loan approval from the lender within 20 days from contract. That's line number 87 of the FAR bar contract. It's a loan approval deadline. By default, it says 30 days. If you have a close date of 30 days or 35 days and you've got a loan commitment not due or loan approval not due for 30 days, it's an options contract. They have no escrow risk. Until that financing contingency moves beyond the 30 days, their escrow is completely refundable. That's crazy. People do it all the time. They present offers to me all the time like that. And it's an options contract. Their escrow deposit's not at risk. So make sure you have a 20-day loan approval period for the buyer so that their escrow deposits go non-refundable on day 21 so that you have a chance to move out. So important. We talked about the inspection. Let's get to the next thing. Should I get an appraisal to set a list price? Should I do a comparative market analysis? Well, appraisal is not going to help you because if you got 3 appraisers to appraise your home, they come up with 3 values completely different. So it wouldn't help you. Same thing with the CMA, comparative market analysis. We do them all the time, but they're almost a waste of time. Because a CMA takes in all the homes in your neighborhood like yours, and they're all different. So what is the point? One's got a new kitchen, one doesn't. One's got this, one doesn't. You got to add, subtract. And the range of value is like 80,000, 120, 200,000 if it's a higher end home, high to low. That's not going to help you. I don't advocate for an appraisal of a home. It's a waste of time. Get a smart agent. I listen to the sellers. The sellers know everything anyway, as does buyers. And back to the buyers for a second, as do buyers. You know, buyers know everything. So when you talk about selling your home at a walk number, or how do you figure out a list price, The bottom line is we're going to get judged by every buyer out there, and all the buyers think the same. If you think buyers think differently, one's going to pay you that much more than the other, got to find the right buyer, that is not true. Not going to happen. Buyers have seen an average of 20, maybe 25 homes before they've seen yours. They're pros. They know more than your buyer's agent often. They know more than me as a listing agent, because I have not gone to 25 homes in that neighborhood and seen every single one of them. So when they walk into your home, they know exactly what they're looking at. That's why you need to trust the buyers. That's why you need to start with your list price. I've got a listing that we're going to probably go under contract in a week. We were overpriced to begin with. Wasn't a walk number. I suggested a walk number. Added a wiggle. The wiggle's pretty much getting away. It's all gone now. Now we're getting close to the buyers, but all the buyers are stacked up at a certain number. I got 3 buyers stacked up at $750,000 exactly. And the other engineer that I'm telling you about, he's at $725,000. How are they all stacked up at $750,000? How do they know this? Buyers are perfect. That was my expression for years. Buyers are perfect. I don't use it anymore because it annoys sellers, but it's true. They know everything about homes and they know everything about value. So I don't trust appraisals. I don't trust CMAs. I trust buyers. That's why I talk walk number. Next thing, staging. Do you need a stage? Do you need to stage your home to sell your home? Well, I've only had one home that I ever lost a listing that I know of that got a staging thing done for $5,000 and then sold. They sold for, I think, 60 days after I lost the listing. They sold for the same price or slightly under or slightly over, but it was such a problematic house. It just was weird. Okay, so I'm not a fan of staging. I mean, no. How about get the right list price? Because buyers really look at list price only. They could give a darn about your moving boxes in your garage. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about these things. Get it priced right. That's about all I got for you. I hope this has helped you. My name is Keith Gordon. My assistant's Michelle Mullis. My affiliated business company is New Frontier Title. Fantastic company. If you want to close a deal with New Frontier, your processor would be Lynn Symington. She used to be my real estate assistant for years. She is awesome. She'll take great care of you like she does with all of my clients, and she'll do the same thing for you. Thanks for listening. I hope I've helped you.